Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Q&A. I know that this is normally done on a Monday, but we just got back from Dice Tower West. We were flying all day yesterday, so we're back. If I suddenly fall asleep in the middle of this Q&A, it's because I'm jet lagged, although it's really kind of a hard excuse to use right now. But we're just all very exhausted here in Dice Tower Studios. But we're getting things done. I've already recorded 4 videos today to go up at various points throughout this week. I got several more planned, different reviews done. We'll have crowd surfing live tomorrow. I've been answering hundreds and hundreds of emails, so we're back. Yay! So if you have any questions, I may or may not answer them in the comments, but I'll try to answer a lot of them. So let's get started. Just as a heads up, if you're wondering where we were last week, we were at Dice Tower West all week. I usually try to have content go up when we go on trips, but sometimes it's not possible when we do things, especially when we do stuff back to back, like we did Dice Tower Cruise and Dice Tower West. So for Dice Tower Cruise, we had content go up, but I couldn't do Dice Tower Cruise and Dice Tower West. Let's see here. Am I excited for the new Brandon Sanderson books? Yeah, hang on one second. I need to quickly answer this. All right. Anyhow, yeah, it's doing okay. I think it's breaking all kinds of records. We'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow in crowd surfing. Steak, chicken, or shrimp fajitas? The answer is all three, actually. When I do fajitas at a restaurant, I usually ask for the combo platter because I like jumping from meat to meat in this case. So we drove up to Dice Tower Studios, but my wife and kids convinced me it'd be too weird to knock on the door. Always let me know when you're coming because we weren't there. So yes, that would have been weird. Please never show up at Dice Tower Studios unless you email me first, folks. It's very important. I'm certainly glad to possibly, if we have time, to show you around the studios, but it's very important for us to not just have people swing by, per se. We might be in the middle of something. With the recent surge in popularity of Magical Athlete, is there any chance that it could get a Dice Tower Essential printing? Where is this resurgence of popularity? I don't know about it. I haven't heard about it. Let's see. Tom, you can get anything from a brand for free, but if that brand offers an item, you have to only use that brand. What brand do you pick? I don't know, actually. I mean, the quick answer might be Apple because I like using their watches and phones, but I don't particularly want to use those Apple AirPods. I like my Bose headphones. So I don't know if there's any brand that I'll use anything they do for anything. What game were you surprised to see being played a lot at Dice Tower West? I don't know if there's any game that surprised me much. There was a lot of games being played all over the place, so I don't know if there's any game that surprised me. Tom, your first ever top 100 games list was done in 2005. However, Dice Tower website only goes back to your 2006 list. Could you post a 2005 list or make a video where I rank those games now? Let me pull up my top 100 list here on the computer and look at it, actually. Let's see, Tom. 2005. Let me sort this here. So sort by 2005. And here we go. So in 2005, my number 1 game was Duel of Ages. Number 2 was Cosmic Encounter, which was number 2 last year. Number 3 was Twilight Imperium 3. Wow, pretty high game there. Number 4 was Ticket to Ride, which is number 51 now. Number 5 is Wallenstein. Number 6 was a tie between Commands and Colors and Memoir 44. Number 7 is El Grande, which is 39 now. 8, Age of Steam. 8 was Liberte. 9 was Age of Steam. I had a real fascination with Martin Wallace back then. 10, Lost Cities. 11, Time's Up, which is 29 now. 12, Why Did the Chicken? That's a party game I really liked a lot. 13, Railways of the World. 14, Lost Valley. 15, War of the Ring. 16, Tigers and Euphrates. 17, Bang. 18, Citadels. 19, Fist of Dragonstones. 20, Seven Ages. 21, Primordial Soup, or Soup it was called back then. 22, Battle Stations. 23, Dungeon Twister. 24, Mystery of the Abbey. 25, Carcassonne City. 26, Pitch Car, which is 20 now. 27, Robo Rally. 28, Conquest of the Empire. 29, Through the Ages, which is on my list at 70. 30, Shadows over Camelot. 31, Kremlin. 32, Apples to Apples. 33, War Angel. 34, Heroescape. 35, Carcassonne. 36, Kingdoms. 37, Werewolf. 38, Power Grid. 39, Domain, which is 50 now. 40, Colossal Arena. 41, Goa. 42, Reef Encounter. 43, Cathedral. 44, Pirates Cove. 45, Balderdash, which is 52 now. 46, Battle Line. 47, La Città. 48, Modern Art. 49, Die Macher. 50, Princes of Renaissance. So there's my top 50. I'm not going to go through all 100, but I'll say 100 was Settlers of Catan back then. So obviously my games have changed and things like that, but there you go. Alrighty. What's the next convention for you guys coming up? It's Dice Tower East, actually. We don't have anything over the next 3 months. In March, there's nothing here. April, we're doing the Dice Tower Spring Spectacular. That's our live event. In May, we're doing, nothing, but I have a grandkid being born. And then June, nothing. July is Dice Tower East. August, Gen Con. September, nothing. October, Essen. November, nothing. December, PAX. You might think, oh, you should be going to a lot of different conventions, but I think you want us to do stuff, as evidenced by the number of people yelling at me for not doing a Q&A last week. Is there a phrase you use when you're so mad but don't like to cuss? Possibly. You'll never know. Or will you? Were there more people playing late compared to other cons, since Vegas is an all-nighter kind of town? No, not really. I mean, conventions that run 24 hours, there's always people who are going to play late, and I don't think the city that you're in actually changes that. Hey, Tom, do you ever feel that you guys are too busy? I'm thinking concerts spectaculars. You seem to be going from one thing to the next. We often think that, but I really think being busy helps us. We could definitely sit on our laurels. We could take a couple months off and, just chill all the time. But I think a drive to work makes us better. Now, don't get me wrong. We need to take some time off, and we do. Like after each spectacular, we always take a few days off. We took a week off in December, and we'll take more time off. It's important for us to take times off, but I believe in keeping busy. Tom, who is the most fun to travel with? My wife, by a mile. Are we guys doing a Knizia Top 100? We are. We kept postponing it. I need to talk to Mike as to when we're going to do that. Think that it might be next week. We have the list done and everything. Best thing I ate in Vegas? Well, probably the Wynn Buffet we went to. I always liked that buffet. I really liked the Wynn Buffet. But as a surprise, there were two places that I ate that surprised me with how much I liked them. I guess biggest surprise is one was a place called Nacho Daddy, which had really good nachos. Another place was called, I think, Dirt Dog, which had really great hot dogs. Both of those were downtown on Fremont Street, which I'd never been to before, so I decided I'd go check it out this time, and I was very happy with both those places. Will there be a stats video on what was played at Dice Tower West? I hope so. I'll try to get the information on it. Has the demographic of our viewers shifted over the years? Well, we definitely have more women watching us than we used to, and I think the age has shifted a bit to get a little younger, but that's, I haven't tracked the demographics too much to know. My top 5 cities I'd love to have a con at, like if I could just have a con there and not have to worry about logistics or anything else, I don't know. I don't know that it matters that much. I mean, if you're talking about extraneous things, I already picked Orlando and Vegas, 2 cities with a lot of things to do in those cities. But I'm just, wherever a con is, I'm going to go out and check out that area. What's that little scrolly thing behind you? Ah, this. I just got this. It's a little clock that I got that you can do different things on. So I put on the subscribers to the Dice Tower, which is right now 296,000, which means you might see it pop up every once in a while to another number. I'm curious, like, let me look at our channel and see where we're at with the subscribers currently. How do I find that information? We're at 296, 932. So this will pop sometime over the next day. Anyway, I thought it was a cool little thing. And if not, eh. When will the A team be doing their top 100 list? Maybe closer to May. Do you like the team mode in Cosmic Encounter? It's okay, but I never play it. I talked about following rules in today's Tom Thinks. How much of a rule sticker are you when you play board games? Well, it depends. I almost always try to play by the rules of the game. Sure, there's things that will change if we, as a group, think that a house rule works, but I very rarely use house rules. For example, I played Cosmic Encounter at Dice Tower West, and the person there had a house rule, the teaching, and I kind of just let them do it because they were the one teaching the game, that they did not put the score markers out. So instead of, like knowing that I have 4 planets and you have 3 planets, we just had to know it. We just looked around and counted them. I thought that was insane, but that was their house rule. That's fine. But I'm going to follow those rules. But sometimes I might say, like, hey, in Carcassonne, you draw a tile at the end of your turn. Just makes the game faster. But for the most part, I usually try to follow the rules as written. Can I shout out my favorite Etsy shops to buy from? There's a lot of Etsy shops, but I don't know my favorite Etsy shops. Let me look here. How would I know? Let's see. I love when these places, they always send me a 10% discount. I'm like, well, that's not that much. I made 20% discount, I'll be back. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I can pull up that information right now. There's just a lot of them. I always put in board game upgrades and I search from there. Sometimes I look for a specific game. I would be really interested in joining you guys on a Dice Tower cruise, but I'm quite a shy person. Would this be a major problem? Not at all. All you have to do is find me, and I'll get you in games. Dice Tower West was my first board gaming convention. My approach was to try to make friends and meet people. Well, good. I know a lot of people play demos, etc. The best way to approach a convention, it depends what you want to do. If you want to play games, honestly, swinging through the exhibition hall and going by the demo places, those people will teach you games. Going to the hot games area, people will teach you games. Looking for players one at a time. There's always people who are willing to play a game with people. Dice Tower Cruise and West are pretty close together. They'll be farther apart next year. What percent of people do you think go to both? It's a very small percentage, obviously. But there was some people, definitely, who went to both. One of the things, and I'm not going to answer any specific questions, people say, do you still play such and such a game? Maybe. I'm just not going to answer every single one of those, because no answer I will say will ever be satisfying. There are games I really like that I haven't played for years. Why? Because you can only play so many games a year. Let's say a normal person can play 365 games a year, a game a year, maybe. Maybe we'll double that, 700 some games a year, right? That's 2 games a day. That's a lot of different games. That's different games. Well, I've played thousands of games. I like thousands of games. I've given thousands of good reviews. I cannot literally play them. So if I said, this is a really great game, oh, I haven't played it for 5 years, you're going to think you didn't really like it if you didn't play it for 5 years. But it's just very possible it didn't get to the table, because every year more games come out. So that's why I don't usually answer those questions. Oh, September. Thank you, Bruce. September is the retreat. Good point. The retreat is in September. Which Studio Ghibli movie is my favorite? Spirited Away. I like Princess Mononoke a lot, but Spirited Away is that perfect mix of an Alice in Wonderland story in a sense, and I just really like it. A while ago, you talked about TV series you wanted to show your kids. Did Scrubs ever make that list? Scrubs? I don't think Scrubs is a show for kids at all. Why would you show my kids Scrubs? Maybe I'm wrong, but Scrubs has a lot of adult humor in it to many degrees. I don't think that's, I don't know. No, it's not on my list. I'm not playing Elden Ring. I know everyone is like raving over the moon about it. I've been playing, I've been at Dice Tower West, but I just got the sequel to Forbidden West. Why is this dropping out of my mind now? Anyway, I've been playing that game, and that's keeping me really, really busy. So, I mean, I usually just get one game and play it for a while. Elden Ring looks amazing, although I'm a little worried that it would be too hard for me to play. I don't like games that are particularly difficult to play. So. Colin says, we also went to Nacho Daddy, and we really enjoyed it. Yeah, they had all, like, 20 different kinds of nachos there. I really like nachos. Tom forgot to mention the cake vending machine. I did not, but that was good cake. Have you read a book called Ender's Game? Yes, and I very much enjoyed it. I read much of that series. Horizon Forbidden West. That's what it is. Don't know why that slipped my mind. I finished the first one. Now I'm playing through the second one and really enjoying it. But other things got in my way, like life in general. Let's see here. Tylenol or ibuprofen. I'm very fortunate in this regard, is I never ever really care. I'll say pain reliever and someone says, is blankety blank okay? And I always say yes. Whatever, if it gets rid of my headache, I don't care which one it is. So far from me. Will there be another Foursquare video soon? Yes, this week it's going to be a Foursquare video of Libertalia, which I will not be part of actually, but I'll be doing the comparison of the old and new Libertalia. So I'll have my opinions in that video. Do I think viticulture is an entry-level game for the new hobbyist? I do not. Let's see. No score markers for Cosmic is old school. My uncle felt like that when I showed him the new one. To him, noticing the score is part of the game, but it just wastes time. 100% agree. I once played a game with someone who won because no one noticed their little pile of ships. They moved them on the planet so that no one else could see them. So they had 4. We counted 3. They didn't say anything. Then they said, "Oh, I actually have 5." No one liked that. No one likes that. Sometimes saying things doesn't make it better. Like, I can say all you want, like, I don't need a calculator to multiply 2,364 times 473.9. Yeah, me too. But I can use one because it's faster. Let's see here. I've not watched The Batman yet. We talked about that. We were going to go watch it after Dice Tower West, but I was concerned that I might fall asleep in the middle of it, not because it's a bad movie, or I've only heard good things about it, but because I was very tired and I didn't want to waste my money. So we're going to wait till I'm a little bit more awake. So there you go. Was there a special live top 10 recorded at Dice Tower West we can look forward to? The top 10, we had Sam Healy on for a special top 10, and we did the top 10 things that you should find at a good game store. We did that list many years ago, and so we redid it together. It was a one-off. Sam was there. We recorded it. Sam's back. Our normal top 10s will be resuming next week, but just letting you know. Favorite character in Street Fighter? Dawson, by far. I don't know why, I just really like the long arms and legs. I've always enjoyed that and thought that was fun. Did you hit up Hatitude again when you were in Vegas? For sure. I got a new hat. I walked in, me and my wife, and they had a nice hat, which I don't have here because all my hats are at my house from packing of those kind. And my wife said, "That hat is amazing looking." I was like, "So you think I should get it?" She said, "Yes." No hesitation, bought it in the spot. It's a dark purple hat. I have a more royal purple hat, but she liked it. So I went to Dice Tower West with my wife. I went there a couple days early. So we flew in Saturday morning, and then she flew back Monday. So we had 2 days that we spent together, and it was really fun. We saw a couple shows. We ate. We walked around and looked at stuff. We played some stupid games at Circus Circus, and just a really good time. I had a great time at Dice Tower West. I got to spend time with the Dice Tower guys. Lots of fun. But the best part of last week was those 2 days I spent with my wife. Favorite character in Mario Kart is Donkey Kong. My favorite game I taught at Dice Tower West, well, Arc Nova for sure. My favorite game I played at Dice Tower West, I'm reviewing tomorrow, so come back and check it out then. Is there a contest, says Jeremiah? Why, yes, Jeremiah, there is a contest. We have a contest each week where we talk about, we have a contest for Game Nerds. Game Nerds is a great online game store that has a great selection, great prices, a daily deal every day. They're definitely worth checking out. And you can get a $10 gift certificate to use at Game Nerds. And all you have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com. And in the subject line, put, what's today? Put flapjack. I don't know why. Maybe today's flapjack day or something. I don't even like flapjacks. That's FLAPGJACK. Sorry, let's start again. Flapjack. Flapjack. I don't know why. Pancakes are okay. I just don't find them to be tremendously delicious. Let's see here. How many games has the Dice Tower created? The Dice Tower as an entity has created no games, and none are in the works. Let's see here. We will not be at UK Games Expo. Sorry, just isn't in the cards this year. Not sure if you've answered, but show you got a dice meeple tattoo of my wife. Yep. When do you start your sleeve for your kids? No, I am done with tattoos. I felt bad that I had one of only myself, and I was asymmetrical, so I got one of my wife, and I'm glad for that. But I do not want to keep getting them all over. This is enough. My wife's the person I married. My kids can just know that they're in my heart. I ain't putting them on my arms. Too much work, and it does not feel great to get tattoos. When will you listen to the Sporadically Bored podcast and finally hear Mike and Dan's blasphemy? Who says I don't listen to it and don't hear their blasphemy all the time? Let's see. The top 5 places to fall asleep other than a bed. That's interesting. On a hammock in an airplane, if you can get sleep there, in a nice airplane seat, on an easy chair for sure. Some really nice, comfortable easy chairs that are out there. On comfortable, freshly green grass outside. So you don't get sunburned. Same with a hammock. And in the back seat of a car. I don't know. Oh, on a cruise ship. But that's in a bed. Never mind. Let's see. Does Tom just not like to answer questions about expansions? You got that right. I really don't. I don't like to answer expansions about when people say, are you going to play a game? And I'm just going to get to what I get to when I get to it. I don't know how else to say it. And I try not to talk about stuff here on the Q&As too much. People say, when are you going to play this? When I get to it. Are you going to play this? Maybe if I get to it. Have you played this? I might have gotten to it. What do you think of this? I'll get to that. And again, it's because I do all the reviews. And if someone says, what do you think of this game here? And I go, well, I might play it next week. Then you'll go, ooh, next week's the review. Well, maybe not. So I just don't always answer questions about that sort of thing here. Let's see here. Sorry, I am currently looking at the questions here. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to talk more about comics to you at the convention, real briefly, but I do like talking about comics to people because I like talking about board games to people, but when it comes to talking comics, there's even fewer people to talk to about that. Like here in the studio, the guys read comics occasionally. They'll read it. Some of them will read a few of them, but no one reads Marvel like I do. So I just think about the stuff in my head and don't normally talk to people about it. Boy, okay. Again, the keyword is flapjack. Flapjack. One word. Is there any chance Dice Tower would do a 24-hour streaming marathon for charity? Well, we're going to do a 24-hour streaming marathon, but not necessarily for charity. The Dice Tower already supports the Jack Vasel Memorial Fund in many different ways, so there's that. Let's see here. Moving through here. Will you play the Mario Kart DLC dropping later this month? I don't know if I'll play it. I mean, I probably will, but I'm definitely downloading it for my kids. I think they're going to be very excited. 8 new tracks, and that's happening, I think, what? Is it 8 new tracks? Yeah, it is 8 new tracks. It's 8. Well, they're older tracks redone, but still. 8 new tracks, and I think they're doing it, what, 6 times? That's a lot. That's a ton of content. Did I ever get around to playing Kena Bridge of Spirits on PS5? I played it for a while, and then I kind of fell out of it when I started playing Horizon. Kena was fine, but the open world is not really an open world. You're kind of stuck in, like, you can't, like, if you're in the forest, you can't just run through the forest that way. That's okay. I like those games a little less. I like true open world. Let's see. Interesting that you picked the Wynn buffet while staying at the Rio. At one time, the buffet at the Rio was considered the best in all of Vegas. Well, it's possibly true, but there is no buffet at the Rio right now. It's not in existence. Some of the buffets in Vegas closed down. I don't eat at tons of buffets in Vegas anymore because we've learned that really tends to beat us up. So that was the only one that we as a group ate at, was at the Wynn. But it was still fun, and I really liked it. Ice cream, sherbet, or froyo? Ice cream, actually. Gelato is the correct answer there. I like gelato better than all 3 of those. It's gelato, ice cream, sherbet, froyo is last. Dead last. The only reason I go to a froyo place is because they have those toppings at them normally. And I know, I'm sorry, it's sherbet. What's your hardest review of a game? Probably my hardest review to do would be if I know the person very well and I don't like the game. That would be the hardest review, I think, for me to do. First thing you look for at a Chinese buffet? Shrimp. But you can take the word Chinese out. First thing you look for at a buffet? Shrimp. Do I have a YouTube plaque? I do. It's hanging out in the main studio area. It's by Chris's desk. That's the plaque we got for 100,000 subscribers. We get another one at 1 million. That ain't happening anytime soon. I think I calculated that one time, and it was like 30 years or something. I was like, oh, okay. That's fine. For me, I don't need a plaque. For me, going to something like Dice Tower West and having people say nice things to me is very good. Knowing there's a sequel to Sleeping Gods in the cards, do you think the future game will top the original Sleeping Gods experience? I don't know. I'm hesitant to guess on that at all, but I do think it's going to make him a lot of money. Might make $1 million on that one. Do you like Stonemeyer's game release model? Announcing, marketing, and releasing all in about a month. Well, it does make people happy, right? Like, hey, there's a game. You're like, when can I buy it? Now. When will I get it? Really soon. Is this a lie? Because Kickstarter, I can buy it now and get it in 2 years. Yeah, I think it works really well. Why would anyone be upset about this? Like, who is it negative towards? In Forbidden West, what's my preferred strategy style? Bows, melee? I like bows, but I really like the melee combat. I don't know why. Bows are fun too. I like doing a mix of both. I also like the traps. I like setting a trap and letting them get caught in it. I really like that. What about custard? That's below froyo for me. Are the books for mind management good? Yeah, I think they are. Again, I'm having a hard time with the art. I got used to it after reading through it, but the writing for mind management's pretty cool. Let's see here. Are you going to enter the World Series board gaming competition in Vegas? No, but I know a lot of people have. I talked to them at Dice Tower West. I personally am not going to enter because I don't play games in serious competitions. But I'm talking as Tom Vasel in that situation. Has your grandchild been born yet? I don't think so. I feel pretty confident I would have got a text. Which upcoming Marvel movie or show are you looking forward to the most this year? Ooh, that's a tough one. On one hand, Doctor Strange I'm very much looking forward to because I'm curious what they're going to do with the multiverse of madness. But also Thor. Thor 3 was so good that I'm really looking forward to the newest one. Any chance you'll do a video with games beyond your top 100 this year? Maybe. I know you did the 5 more great games videos. It's possible, but it's not happening anytime soon. Are there any game and talks planned for the near future? Yes, but that's all I'm saying about that. Let's see here. Just got hooked to your show and want to start my collection. Which game will you think I should start with? Open all games. Well, Christopher, you need to tell me what you like. What's your favorite theme? What other things do you like? That's where I would pick for what you should start with. No love for Moon Knight? Not particularly. I never really cared for Moon Knight in the comics that much. He's okay. And the show looks very accurate. It just looks okay. Looks like a dark Batman-esque show. And I'm like, it's probably okay. I might like it more than that. Any complaints from Dice Tower West you thought were unreasonable or unfair? Yes. You mentioned someone come up to you and saying they'll never attend a Dice Tower convention again. Sure, someone did say that to me. But, I mean, that sort of thing happens. Here's the thing. I always say this. You have to listen to advice and listen to criticism, and you need to think about it. But then you need to know whether sometimes you discard it because it's out of your hands or it's not something you're willing to change. Which was in the case of the person who wanted to leave. They wanted me to change something I wasn't willing to change. Sometimes, though, a lot of feedback can make you decide to change your mind completely. Any spoilers you can share about the Spring Spectacular? Not yet. Let me wait till I have it completely done, and then I'll just tell you everything. What game designer could design 4 secret games and have a massive success like Brandon Sanderson? Well, I guess designing them secretly? I don't know if that's even possible. How big is the Dice Tower collection now? Oh, it's still about the same as it was. It's a little bit bigger, but not much because I keep taking games out. I don't have a personal game collection. I need to put that in the FAQ. Top 5 Spider-Man villains. Kraven. Mysterio, and I'm talking comics here. Mr. Negative. Maybe Carnage. I don't know. Carnage just goes around killing people, though. That's not J. Jonah Jameson. I need another one. I guess I would go with Spider-Man. I guess Green Goblin. Do people working at the hat shop in Vegas recognize you? No. I go once a year at most. I don't think they would recognize me. I'm sure they get lots of people. How do you feel about your tattoo now that it's been a while? Well, it doesn't hurt anymore. Could Moon Knight take out Spider-Man? I don't think so. I felt there's not a lot of new video lately. Is there a reason? Yeah, we were at Dice Tower West. Maybe I should have put like a big thing up on the page that said that somewhere. I don't know how to tell people, like, we'll be at Dice Tower West this week. Maybe I'll do that next time I do it. Craven's Last Hunt. I did read that, and I really liked that one. That's why Craven's on the list, actually. No Doc Ock. How about that storyline where he took over Peter's body? That was interesting, although I didn't love it that much. It kind of went on for a really long time. But it was interesting. I don't know what to think about that. Let's see. Oh, I'm caught up on questions. Well, let me take a swig of this cherry Bai, which is okay, but tastes a lot like cough syrup. Some reviews to look forward to this week. I'm doing brick and mortar. That's why you see it behind me. I'll be taking a look at Level 20, Tough Calls, Kardashev Scale, Elector Counts, Cat Thulu, Splitter, the Isle of Cats Roll and Write game, and Dune Betrayal. Let's see here. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. We really do have to take some weeks off. We just can't do content all year round. But our goal is to do so much content, so new content all the time, that you can never really, like, you feel like we're a TV station of sorts. Any Oscar predictions? Okay, I'll make them, but I have no idea. Oscars are this week, I think. Right? Or let's pull them up here. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Here we go. All right, so Best Picture. I haven't seen half of these, but I would pick Dune. But based on, I don't know which one will win. I'll predict that The Power of the dog will win. I don't know. I'm just making something up. Best Director. Maybe they want to give one to Spielberg for West Side Story. We'll see. Best Actor. Probably Garfield. Or Will Smith. Best Actress. Maybe they'll give Nicole Kidman it for Being the Ricardos. I don't think they would give it to him. I don't think he was as good as she was in that one. Best Supporting Actor. Oh, J.K. Simmons from Being the Ricardos. I actually liked him playing in that. That was pretty good. The rest of these I haven't seen. I won't make a prediction there. Best Supporting Actress. I don't know. Best Screenplay. We'll say Licorice Pizza because that sounds gross. Animated Feature. Oh, here I can make a prediction. It's not going to be Raya and the Last Dragon. And I doubt it's going to be the Mitchells vs. the Machines. Can it be anything except Encanto? I really think Encanto has this one. I like Luca. I don't know what Flea is. But in the Mitchells vs. Machines, a lot of people like that one. But Encanto, I can't see. That one seems like a slam dunk. Production design better be Dune. Costume design, probably West Side Story. Cinematography, Dune. Editing, I don't know. But Dune. Makeup and hairstyling, Cruella. Sound, Dune. Was it visual effects? Dune. Oh wait, yeah, I would pick Dune even over Spider-Man: No Way Home. Score, Encanto. Song. Huh. I didn't realize I didn't pick We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. I don't know. Maybe they'll pick the James Bond one, No Time to Die. Documentary, I haven't seen any of these. International feature, I don't know. Animated short, I don't know anything. Documentary short, live action short. So there you go. My completely uneducated predictions. Let's go back to questions. Will there be a most anticipated 2022? Oh, there was one already, but you mean one from me, Mike, and Z? Well, keep an eye out, possibly. Who in the studio is the loudest? Probably me. Maybe Roy. Roy might be louder than me. How do you mark what games are part of your library? Well, inside the lid it says stolen from the Dice Tower, and then we have a sticker that goes on them too. Hey, it's Tommy from Texas. Thanks for having so many hot games like Libertalia and Boon Lake at Dice Tower West. How do you convince publishers to give you these? Well, I try to hunt them down myself, but then I say, hey, we're going to put these games at Dice Tower West on the hot games table. Usually publishers are pretty cool with that. What do you think about the third edition of the Trail at the House on the Hill? I don't know enough about it yet. Do you think we'll see a resurgence of party games as the world starts to normalize post-COVID? Maybe. That's always very possible. Trey Parker's top 10 list had a noticeable impact on what was trending on BGG. It did. Have you seen an uptick in views, subscribers, likes since then as well? No. There was a lot of views on his video, for sure. Let's see here. Are marbles back next week? Yes, they will be. Let's see. Ever see the Your Name anime movie? I'd never heard of it. Let's move on here looking at this. What's new with Chief Sokotoa? Well, Chief Sokotoa is getting married. It's been a while, and I cannot tell you the name of the person he's married. I can't tell you anything about them because I don't know. Even he doesn't know. Well, he does know. It's a very confusing story. But it has something to do with mind erasure, time travel, and a bunch of other things. But from what he can tell, this is going to be the greatest day of his life. He's very excited about it. I'm excited about it. I might even know who the person is. I don't know. But we trust past Sokotoa to know this sort of thing. So apparently it happened during the 17th Kremnophobos Wars. And in their point, there was an interlude where him and me, were on the planet. And this was a deep undercover operation. Well, I mean, it was like undercover. We were like under 6 different layers. Sometimes you get so caught up in these things, it kind of circles around and the identities come back. Anyway, we were getting back to Vushka gun, which is a gun that can blow up an entire planet, but it looks the size of a pistol. Very dangerous thing. Should not be out there for anyone to have it. And some toddler, Vashkanbaum, had it because his dad gave it to him as a gift and didn't know it could blow the whole thing up. The toddler ended up demolishing their own planet. It doesn't matter. In somewhere in there, but I mean, we met hundreds of people during that course of time, and that was very close to the time where I retired from the service, working with Chief Sokotoa. So either way, when's the wedding? As far as I know, it already happened, and I was there, and we had a great time. Time travel can be very confusing sometimes, especially when interdimensional planes are involved, but you ask how other things are going, and so that's what's going on. Your eyes are really close to being closed. Sure, I'm not that tired. I'll be fine. Has anyone ever stolen a game from the library at a con? It's happened multiple times. Favorite version of Sid Meier's Civ? 6. I played it on the airplane home yesterday. because I knew that would make the ride go very quickly. It's my first time catching you live. Could you give an overview of the Dice Tower? The Dice Tower is a show about board games and the people who play them. Explain the different shows you put up. Well, I'm not going to do that right now because there's a lot of different things. The different roles of the Dice Tower: I'm head reviewer, I'm the president, I'm over all the different conventions that we have. I make the schedule, and I write the paychecks. But everyone here does almost all the work. Fantastic crew. I got out in the room over there, unless they went home, because I told them they could, because everyone's tired. So they do a fantastic job, and they do pretty much everything else. Where'd I get this Kohl's shirt? Kohl's. That's right. I had a great time at Dice Tower West. Even got to play a terrible games with you in a 3-Tom game. That's right. We had 3 Toms and Adam. It's not very often that happens. What's the best way to sell a few board games? Find someone in your game group. You get to keep the game then. It's just in their house. Let's see here. Is the Captain America sticker on your computer glowing, or is it a reflection? No, I think it's just a reflection, right? Yeah, it's not glowing. How much do you get when people become members of the channel? Not a particular amount. And how much goes to YouTube? A decent amount. I also back the Kickstarter, but I was told that a membership supports you better. It's about the same as far as I can tell. They both take a cut. I hear some people are going to AirCon next week. I hope you have a fantastic time. I hear the Watch It Played crew is going to be there. Do you think Welcome to the Moon is a good game for non-gamers? I'm not sure. Well, most of it, no. Like the intro scenario, maybe, but there's a lot going on there. Do you often match your attire to go along with the theme of the game? Sometimes, but not very often. All right, looks like I caught up on most of the questions. We'll give you all a chance. We still have 7 minutes left. Bam, 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 ba-na-na. So when we were in Vegas for the first time ever, I saw one of the Cirque du Soleil shows. Ka, we never saw that before. I've never seen any of them before. I saw them when I came to Korea, and they did a small version of what they do for the troops there. That was unbelievable. That was the most stunning production of any show I've ever seen. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Fantastic show. Kohl's is clearancing off a bunch of great board games left over from the holiday. Maybe. I was at Kohl's during the holidays, and they had a lot of board games. I'd be very hesitant to call many of them great. What would I choose between Great Wall and Batoku? Just play them both, and you figure it out on your own. I'm not picking them. Do you accept game donations for the Dice Tower Library? I do, but you would be surprised at how few I'm going to accept because I want only the best of best in the Dice Tower Library. I want to make sure it's full and fantastic. And so if a game is not in the Dice Tower Library, it's likely for a good reason. But you never know, so you can email me if you're interested. Are you playing any games today? Possibly not. I am realizing I'm getting more tired as I keep talking here. But I got to make it through. Ka was amazing. The only one I've ever seen. That's true, but I mean, I got to say, I want to see more of them. Are you working on any more best games from a publisher video? Oh, for sure. You'll see one or more of those this week. Have you played the new Horizon video game yet? Yeah, I did. In fact, I got it. It came out, and I was like, okay, let's finish the first one. So I finished the first one. I think I got like 85% stuff done. I guess I didn't do every little... I did a lot in it, though. I didn't do all the hunting stuff because I don't care about that. And I didn't do all the training scenarios. But I did a lot. And then I went to Forbidden West, which was interesting because it goes in chronologically. It's really close. It's like the first one ends, the next one starts. Except apparently in the second one, she forgot how to do a lot of stuff in the first one. So I'm like, not as awesome. But the second one does have a few things I really like in it. Is Bag of Butts in the Dice Tower library? It is not. What games would you like to add to the library but can't find? I used to have a list somewhere. I don't know if I still have that list because I actually hunted most of them down. Story-driven games that are good for exactly 5 people? There's not many. Sleeping Gods might not be bad. You could split the 12 characters up between 5 people. Do I think Gen Con will be back to normal this year? I don't know. We're all watching this March 18th date vary with great interest, right? If you don't know, March 18th is the day that the federal mandate for masks in airports and planes, it runs out on the 18th. Now, they could re-sign it and extend it out farther. If they don't, I really think that's going to change things dramatically. But I might be wrong. Tom, 100% Elden Ring by the end of the week. No, first of all, I'm not that good at games. Secondly, I play games for a really long time. I'll play them till I just run out of them. How cool is it that your grandson will be named Jack? It's very nice of my daughter to do that. Caught a few minutes of your sermon at the show. Thank you. Need to play a game with you. Easy enough. 6 a.m. I was there every day at 6 a.m. or 6:05, I think, one day. And I played games with people. It was fun. I played a lot of games with people. I think I played I counted up 19 games at the show. So that was a lot for me. Have you ever gotten any paper cuts while board gaming? Probably once or twice. What's the lowest sunscreen you use? I don't know. I always use the highest sunscreen. I don't want to. I want to be super white. I don't like getting sunburn at all. Did you guys get to see Penn and Teller? I took my wife to see Penn and Teller, so yes, it was fantastic. We had a good time. It's especially nice since they did 9 new tricks. Do you enjoy opening and punching out the board game pieces? Nah, someone else can do that. Tom does sermons at some of the conventions? Yeah, at most of the conventions, actually. I didn't do it on the cruise this year because of timing, although I'm going to make that timing work next year. But I did it at West. I'll do it at East. I usually do it at Gen Con, although it's not a guarantee. It's just a Christian worship service that happens at the beginning on Sundays. This is not Tom Vasel Dice Tower. It's just Tom Vasel doing that. Let's see here. Have you read anything really good recently for pleasure? Nah. I read something I'm enjoying. What is it called? It's a series called The Palladium Wars. So I'm currently reading the second book. The first book was Aftershock. The second one now here is Ballistic. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it yet. They're not tying this. It's following these various people. They're not really tying them together as strongly as I'd like them to be. Anyhow, based on your previous comments about video games, I don't believe Elden Ring is for you. Maybe not. Who knows? Did you get to meet Penn and Teller? No, but one of my friends says he knows them. Maybe I'll meet him in the future. But I would always be suspicious of Penn. I'd be like, are you cheating? Are you putting cards up your sleeve? But who knows? Anyway, that's that, folks. thanks so much for watching another Q&A. We'll be back live tomorrow with crowd surfing at 2 o'clock. So I will see you all then. But until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching live Q&A on the Dice Tower. See y'all. All right, Bob, it's been years. 2 of them exact. Yes, it's been years, but now that they've relaxed the protocols some, we're back with the Dice Wars, and the Horde is back. Ah! Everyone hates the Horde. That's true, Bob, but you won't believe what the Horde did this year. They actually have some small polyomino dice that have joined them. Look at those little dice. Oh, they're cute. Don't call them cute. The Horde hates cute. And they're fighting against polyominoes. Is this a fair battle? We don't know. Let's find out. Bum, 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 bum. All right, everyone's standing nice and straight for the national anthem. Here it goes. We are dice, we have many sides. 6-sided for 20 or more. We are all the same, we worship at the Dice Towers. Amen. All right, enough of that drivel. Let's get started. It's time to rumble. Bum, 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 bum. It's 13-5. Immediately, one of the Hordes is taken out. Unbelievable. And now we have 2-1. Oh, he rolled a 2 and yet still beat the Horde. The polyominoes are coming in with a bang. 13-1, just taking the Horde out right and left. Here's a normal 6-sided die. Oh, the first polyomino is lost. Some people might wonder, why are you saying polyomino when it's definitely polyhedro? That's the name of this team. It's very confusing to me, too. And it's 8-6. Another Horde has been defeated. The Horde has only won once so far, but they need to win fewer times. 13-6. By the way, Bob, how's your life? Oh, I'm remarried and no one cares, Bob. That's another Horde that's gone. Well, you said you wanted to hear. A 3-3. They're both gone. A 3-sided die? Why is there even such a thing? Get in there! Another 3-3. Oh, the Horde just took out a 25-sided die. A 25-sided die? Alrighty. A 5-8. Another one of the Horde has been taken out. We're just going to roll it like this. What? A 3-5. Oh, the Horde. I think we should actually put the winning Hordes over here. The Horde just took out a 30-sided die. That's the strongest one on their team. That's a blank-sided die. How is that even possible? That's confusing. It's an 11-sided die, and it just got taken out. This is not looking good for the rainbow team here at all. 4-1. A 10-sided die just got taken out. And a 3-3. They just took out 2. They're both taken out. This is insane. The Horde is doing amazing. A 6-4. They took out another one. Craziness. It's a 3-8. Okay, back in. The Horde is back, being taken out. It's a 4-1. All right, we're back seeing the Horde not being able to win, or a 6-2. All righty. Now, there are some 6-sided dice here. 6-5. We have a 4-5. All right, the Horde had like a quick, brief moment, but it looks like the Rainbow team, 3-3, that's double elimination. It looks like the Rainbow team took, some umbrage at the 40-side die being taken out. That's a 5-4. Here we go, a 4-3. This is insane. The Horde just took out one of these 6-siders, but that's still not really much of a thing. And they just took out the 5-sided dice with a 5, incidentally. A 2-1. Okay, the Horde is now coming back around, And now we have some straight up dice rolling. A 5 beats a 4. Pretty easy. Lee. And now we have a 5 beating a 4 again. So this is pretty impressive here. What do you think, Bob? Oh, you're asking me, but I know that I'm pretty sure that if I start saying anything, you're going to say, "Oh, I don't care." No, Bob, that was a joke. Bob, I really do care about you. What do you think? I'm still a little suspicious. A 5 beats a 3, but well, tell us more, Bob. I forget what you even asked me about. Well, your time's up. Okay, so a 3 beats a 2. So the 5-sided die, we're almost done with the rainbow team. A 6 beating a 5, but they've lost almost half their members, which is not good. Now, the Horde has lost a lot more, but they can afford to do so. That's why they're called the Horde. And a 6 beats a 4. All right. So bringing back the Horde in front, still quite a few of them, and bringing back the rainbow ice cream team. All right, here we go. Session number 2. Well, the Horde got beat again. A 3 beats a 1, and the 12-sider is out. That's not a good exchange. A 2 beating a 2, they're both out. Not a good exchange at all. A 1 beating a 1, they're also both out. The Horde is pretty happy. All they have to do is win a few times. A 6 beats a 1. The 17-sided die is out. It's not looking great for the rainbow team, but they did just have an 8 beat a 6, so taking out another one of the Horde. But the Horde's still kind of ahead. And a 6 beating a 3. The Horde just took out the 14-sided die. Unbelievable. And, ooh, a 2 beating a 1. Whew. You know, the Horde doesn't... I don't know that the Horde is winning as much as the rainbow team is losing. Well, they just did beat another one, the Horde, but they're down to just a few dice, and the Horde has plenty left. A 13 does beat a 3, though. And the Horde has kept... Oh, the Horde just beat out the 13-sided die. Oh, my. Not looking good. A 19 does beat a 1, but the Horde is feeling super confident. In fact, they're singing, "We will sock you." Do you mean we will rock you? No, Bob. Try to learn your dice lingo. Do dice rock people? Come on now. 6 beats a 4. A 3 beats a 2. A 5 beats a 2. And finally, they're sending in their little 4-sided die who just got whooped up. All right. Well, the Horde is still, well, frankly, they're still a Horde. While the polynomials come back out. All right, here we go. Whew. Go through here. A 6 up against a 6. Oh, no, wait. Is that a 9 or a 6? It's a 6. Oh, my goodness. The next biggest die has been taken out. It looks like the Horde has this. The 22 does beat a 1. The next big one here. Oh, it's a 3! A 3 has been defeated by a 6. The 19-sided die is out. Oh, not good. The 20-sider takes one out. The 20-sided, one of the mainstays of the polygonal dice. Oh, no! The 18-sider die is out. Wow, this is a crushing defeat here. Well, there's only 3 dice so far made it in, and 8 does beat a 5. The ice cream dice are down to 4 dice. They just lost their 10-sided die. All they have left is now some 6-sided dice, which are not doing particularly well. The Horde is hoarding them. Insanity. Insanity. A 2 to a 2. That's both of them taken out here. And now the Horde's bringing a 10-sided die, which was beaten. All right. The ice cream team is down to 5. The Horde has 600 billion left. Well, now that might be an exaggeration. No, that is an exaggeration. You know what, Bob? No one asked you an exaggeration. A 3 to a 3! Oh! The 12-side took out the 22-sider die. Oh, the classic 20 comes in, beats it with a natural 1. A 4 beats a 1. Now we're down to the 8-sided die. A 2 and a 2, they take each other out. The Horde throws in a 10-sided die and takes out the last 6-sided die of the opponent. This is all that's left. Just 2 ice cream dice. I am scared. I am scared. All right, let's take a look at these polytheistic dice. Here we go. A 20, a 3! A 4 beats a 3! That means now that the only die left is the 16-sided die. The 16-sided die who has to beat 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31 dice. The odds of that are astronomical. The Horde has said that they will let him go, but first, he must come to the middle of the field. He must bend down. Nope, we're not even going to go any farther than that. This is not Braveheart. Here we go. A 12 to a 3. He beats his first one. Going up against the second one. It's a 1, and he rolled a 14. Takes him out. The Horde is now going to use a rule. They're going to take up 2 against him. Oh, the Rainbow Dice are not happy about this cheating. But if he does beat them, he'll be out. They're allowed to do this only once. Here we go. That's a 10 to a 9. They've won. The Horde has won. Oh, sad day. The Horde, there's almost a fight in the field, but things have gotten better. I mean, look at all these dice here that the Horde have lost, and yet they still clearly won. What a glorious victory for the Horde. What a time it is. What's going to happen next? The Horde is asked to sing the Horde National Anthem. Oh, my word. That's the worst national anthem. Well, I guess they're going to go. Here we go. We are the Horde. We like to...